Hey guys, this is Sam. Welcome back to another episode of This Is Why We Make Friends, aka Learn How to Develop Motion Picture Film with me.
Do you want to do the honors and give it a proper burial?
I don't remember what happened with this.
If you don't already know what motion picture film is, you can go watch these two episodes where I explain the differences between motion picture film and standard still photography film. Today we're gonna dive into ECN-2 process. I will show you 3 rolls I shot, and we will learn how to do this at home together.
I'll have you flick on for me when I say go. Okay.
Wait, which one is flick
Just
on?
this one here. Time.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
After I posted these 2 videos about trying motion picture film for the first time, I received a lot of comments asking, where can we purchase this type of film? Where can we process it? I bought mine in China last time I visited, but if you live in California or even in Los Angeles, meet my new friend Colton.
Hey guys, I'm Colton. I have a brand called Analog Abduction. I respool Vision 3 film and I process ECN-2 film. I make 35 millimeters in 250D and 500T, and I cut 65 millimeter to 120 film, also in 250 and 500T. So aside from Vision 3 film, I also sell ECN-2 chemistry. You can process ECN-2 at home with this, and it comes with pre-bath, developer, and bleach. The stop bath and the fixer are not included because they have liquids that cannot be shipped, so any black and white chemistry like stop bath or fixer can be used.
I actually bought ECN-2 chemicals a long while ago, but for some reason I have been procrastinating because ECN-2 process just sounds so complicated and so intimidating. And then I met Colton, who has been respooling and processing motion picture film for years now. He was kind enough to walk me through the whole process and show me how he does proper ECN-2 development. So, for any of us who is interested to try this at home, let me tell you, it's not that bad.
Hello.
Hi!
Sam?
Yes!
Hi, Sam. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
It's a
meet
pleasure,
you.
Michael.
Thank you so much. And also shout out to Michael from A1A Community Darkroom. He was also very kindly provided us the space to film this episode. I will leave both their link down below. You guys can go check it out.
And I'm going to be using a Patterson multi-reel 3 tank. And I think, Sam, you have 4 120 rolls. So we're going to be attaching 2 120 rolls together to make a 220 roll. So we can fit 4 120 rolls into the tank.
Colton mixed the chemical and loaded the film in the tank before we arrived at the lab, so we can jump right into developing. The main differences between C41 film and the motion picture film is the ramjet backing. This is the black layer on the film to prevent halation and prevent light scratches when the film running through motion picture camera. So the first step would be removing this ramjet layer. Step number 1, pre-bath. To remove the ramjet layer, first of all, we'll pour the pre-bath chemical into the tank. Let it sit about 10 seconds and then pour it right out. At this point, you don't really see the ramjet layer coming off just yet. And then immediately pour warm water into the tank.
And you're going to watch me do a little bit of a shake exercise.
That's water, right?
Yeah, just straight water.
Okay.
So I'm going to go different directions, different patterns, not for too long. And we're going to dump it out.
And now when you pour the water out, you can see the black ramjet getting washed out. Repeat this step until the water runs mostly clear.
And you're going to see now that it's going to come out a little bit more clear. See, it's purple, like I said. And it's important to do this within 10 seconds so that the ramjet doesn't sink into the emulsion.
After removing the ramjet layer, and now we're gonna start the ECN-2 developing process. From what I was reading, You can use C41 process after the pre-wash step, but the color and the contrast would look different with ECN-2 process. We'll probably try it down the road and see how much differences it will make, but today we are only gonna do the 4-chemical ECN-2 process.
So in color processing, the developer is the most precise thing to get right if you can, and you have to have some sort of temperature control. So whether it be a temperature controlled bath, or if you compensate, like say you start at 108 and your target temperature is 106, it's probably gonna drop 4 degrees and your average is 106. So I start at 108 when I pour it in, and by the time it comes out, it's usually about like 104. So it does average out to be 106. So that's what we're trying to do today.
First of all, we gotta heat up the developer. This is the most critical step. You must control the temperature and the process time as accurate as possible, which is 106 Fahrenheit for 3 minutes.
Oh, is it? Oh, I think that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
That's 108 right there. Okay.
Right after you pour the developer in, agitate the tank for 30 seconds at the beginning and then do 2 agitation every 15 seconds. After 3 minutes, pour the developer out and immediately pour the stop bath in. From here, the temperature control is not as critical. Anywhere between 80 to 100 Fahrenheit, you should be fine.
And you can smell it. The gas, so watch. After a few agitations, the gas will come back up. So that's when you know it's working. And it's the same agitation technique that I'm doing, spinning and rotating at the exact same time. And you're not going too sharp or anything like that. Nice and smooth, continuous. So now it's happy and it's built up a little bit more. It's called burping. So now you can open it up to room light. But we're gonna do a few water rinses before and just make sure to rinse out the funnel on top of here.
Continue agitate the tank for 30 seconds and then pour the stop bath out. After the stop bath, pour warm water in to wash off any leftover chemicals.
You start the timer for me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
And then pour the bleach in for 3 minutes, same as the developer. Do 2 inversion every 15 seconds.
And you'll do it at 15 seconds, just do 2. So 15, 0, 45, 30, 15, 0, 35, 40. So with a wide mouth, you can do this. Just pour it straight back in. And at this point, you can like open it and you want to make sure that you got photos and you want to continue the process. You can look at them. So if we want to take a look at yours, it looks like you do have photos. It looks like you do. So
Okay,
yeah,
we're good.
it's a good sign.
We see photos.
At least 2 rolls.
At least 2 rows.
Could be you could be really happy, or it could be a really nice learning experience.
Yep.
You see how there's like a little bit more color now. See, you came out. So let's do fixer.
And in the end, pour the fixer in for 2 minutes and also do inversion every 15 seconds. After 2 minutes, pour the fixer out and now all the chemicals are done. What we're gonna do next is rinsing and cleaning.
All right, it's the right color.
It's the right color.
And let's see, I'll take this out.
This one looks a bit...
Open the tank, get the film off the reel, and now we can do more detailed cleaning to remove any ramjet residue from the film using a sponge. Colton was using this tiny little painting roller with a soft fabric on top of it. It's soft enough, it won't scratch the film, and it does a good job to remove any leftover ramjet.
So you see how I taped
Oh,
it?
there's only one row has things on it.
So that's what I was doing. And it looks like your camera does have a little bit of light leaks.
Weird.
and you didn't even expose this roll, so it wasn't the film, you know?
What happened?
Right there, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Do you want to do the honors and give it a proper burial?
When Colton wrote this up on the reel, he told me this feels weird because the tape is at the beginning. It feels like this roll is not exposed, but I folded it. I even wrapped a little bungee on it. I don't remember what happened with this. But anyway, ta-da! My second black roll. After carefully wiping the film, in the end, you can use stabilizing baths or photo flow or just still water to do a final rinse before hanging the film to dry. Close it out and let it dry. Just in case I didn't explain things correctly, or if you have any questions about this whole process, or you're still confused, I know it's a very long process with many steps. On Colton's website, there is a step-by-step instruction. You guys can go check it out. Don't listen to me, listen to the professionals. After the film is dried, Colton scanned a couple of frames to make sure everything looks fine, and then I took the film home myself and scanned it with my Epson VA50 scanner. Alright, let's take a look of the results, shall we? The first roll was shot on 500T, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. The photo, I think it came out a little muddy. I for sure underexposed this whole roll. One thing I learned from Colton is that if your motion picture film is freshly re-spooled, the remjet layer should come off very easily. Normally, after a couple of good shake, they should mostly come off immediately. But just in case, if your film has been sitting for a long while, the remjet would be difficult to remove. You would have to wipe it a couple more times in the end to get it clean. This is also a good way to judge if you got freshly re-spooled film or not.
Wow, look at all that. Do you see that remjet right there?
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
That's incredible. That's it's old for sure.
So the film is old.
Yeah, there would not, like when I get fresh film from Kodak and I process and I shoot it like that week, it comes off so easy.
The second roll was shot on 250D. I think this roll turned out much better. I really like how it handles skin tone. The last roll, I shot it right before we met up at the lab that day. It was a cloudy day. I shot another roll of 250D, so we can process all of them in one batch and compare the color. We're gonna quickly do this. We have 30 minutes and the lighting is really not that ideal. This roll surprised me. Cloudy day is normally not ideal, especially when shooting scenery, but I really like how the color turned out for this roll. The default scan came out a little bit cooler. I did add a little bit of a warm tone to it when doing editing. not wide enough. If it's a little wider, it will fit both of them in. I just can't get both of them in. I have one last shot. I'm gonna go back to one of the scenes I've walked by and finish it up. And these last two shots are my favorites. We are done. 10 shots. So overall, I think the pre-bath and the REMJ layer removing is the most intimidating part. After that, there's really not so much differences between C41 process and ECN2 process. If you're watching this video, I assume you probably already tried C41 developing yourself. If you haven't, I suggest you start from that because it's much simpler. Once you get comfortable with temperature control and timing, ECN2 process, it's really just adding a couple of more steps on top of C41 process. And it's a little more time consuming, of course. If after watching this whole video, you decide this is too much, you can send your film to my friend Colton or your local film lab. But just remember, make sure your lab technician knows your film requires ECN2 process, not C41. Because if they accidentally put your ECN2 film into their C41 developing machine, it will ruin their chemical and possibly damage their machine. So you don't want to be that person.
Thank you for having me, Sam. It was a joy to be here and show you the process. It's cool that you're just interested in general. If you guys would like film or need developing, just go to my website at www.coltonsullivan.com.
And alright, this is it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoy it. And all the links are down below. Let me know if you have any tips or tricks processing ECN2 film in the comment section down below. This is Sam. I will see you next time. My God, I have so many more things to share. Bye!